Hello from the Yarn Closet in St. David, Arizona. Guess what? It's stinking cold here. It's supposed to be 19 degrees tonight. Arizona. I love it. So I am Yarn Closet AZ over on Instagram. Check me out there for little snippets and videos of some of our other life experiences, like the pecan harvest. We moved to St. David in August, bought an acre of land with 32 pecan trees on it. A very fun farm setup. We have the pecan trees, we have a garden, we have chickens, we have barn cats, indoor cats, 4 dogs now, and 2 children at home, and we're retired. And I love to knit. This is a knitting podcast, but you will hear about the other things because it's just crazy. Here is a machine knit, very long, linked with a linker, a Hague linker. So I knit one long panel. I split for the neckline, knit down one side, reattach, knit down the other side. So then I just seamed on the edges. And now I have found more yarn so I can do my initial plan for my sleeves. I'm going to do longer sleeves without any decreases, mostly gray with then just some little pops of teal at the cuff. And they're probably not going to be super long because I already seamed the sides. What I am going to do is I am going to attach half of my sleeve seam to my LK150. This was knit on an LK150. Then I will double the amount of needles. So I will knit the sleeve with half of it attached. And then I will go ahead and pull around, attach the other half, and seam down for my cuffs. Because that just seems like the easiest option. I'm very excited, very, very excited. I also just got an Empasol Mod 100 knitting machine, which is an older metal machine with a 5mm gauge, whereas this has a 6.5. You're like, well, why'd you do that? Doesn't seem like a big difference. It's not a big difference, but it's a difference enough. If I can get the machine working, I've been able to do some just sample squares on the other machine. I ordered a new carriage that I think will work with it. I'm not exactly sure what my issue with it is, except the tension has a lot more tension variables. And so I don't know. I'm not getting there. Or maybe I'm not lubricating it enough. I don't know. So we have already been doing loads of pecan work today. We ordered some 1,000-pound bag that we're going to get and put in the back of the truck. And then we're just going to load all the excess because we're trying to box up a bunch of pecans just in the shell for our own personal use and friends and family. But it's insanity. And we only had about 14 trees shook this year because the house hadn't been watered, the property hadn't been watered for about a year. Yep, if I do this side and I knit, then it will be I will see that side. I gotta think about this. So when I knit, I see. So what I want to do is I want to attach this side. So I'm seeing the wrong side, knitting and seeing the wrong side is one of the weird things about a machine. I had the circular machine. I really want to get one of the Scottish Ashcroft. It is a, they do it on that printer, you know, that 3D printer business. So it's a circular sock machine. I really want to get one. They're about $600, but you can no longer buy direct from him because of the whole Brexit weirdness. So I'm waiting to find out where I can purchase one in America or maybe Canada, and hopefully still get it for a reasonable amount. I didn't feel like the $2,000 Erlbacher Gerhardt really was worth it for me. I could not, for the life of me, get to make a sock. I've gotten closer to making a sock on the flat machine and then seaming up the side than I ever did. Wasn't that a little Marsha Brady? A little Marsha Brady hair. Looking a little Marsha Brady today. Good gravy. Is that enough? Is that enough? That's not enough. Is that enough? There we go. I am also legally blind. It's one of the fun factors of watching this podcast. I also had to get a new phone. I was having that weird battery thing where your battery starts to get really hot and it doesn't keep a charge. So I'm now on the iPhone 11, and here's the deal. It doesn't have the same magnification as the previous iPhone I had, which I think was a 7. Yeah, how obnoxious is that? So, yeah, I don't like that. Oh, I have to decide now where the top of my sleeve is. And mark it. So did I do the same thing on the other one? You know, this is always the fun. I write down all kinds of stuff when I'm doing these projects, but I don't write it down well enough. So how obnoxious is that? But I really want to get one of those Ashcrofts. Because I think $600 is reasonable to pay to just make tubes, because that's really all I did with it, is I made tubes for leggings or, and only short leggings. And tubes for fingerless gloves and stuff like that. These seem like they might be some awfully big sleeves. But anyway, I got the 6.5 and the 5 because it's just enough of a difference, because I predominantly use fingering weight, and because the 5mm machine has more tension controls, it'll let me get a little bit more of the fabric I want. I mean, yes, I do love this kind of looser gauge fabric in the summertime, but guess what? We seem to have more cold weather here than hot. So here I have 40 stitches, so about 82 stitches for the sleeve. Yeah, I'll go with that. All right, that works for me. Yeah, I'm totally guessing. Totally guessing. And we will We're taking Sadie in to one of the local vets because she needs to get a dental. Thanks to Corona, we spend, what, like 5 years because we were gonna do it and then nope, we had that thing. All right. Oh yeah, good thing you stopped me. You didn't stop me. Way to remind me. All right, so now I have to also do an extra 41 stitches. So 40 would be to 80, and I actually have 41, so I want it to be to 82. Oh, and see, my colors are off now. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 15, 25, 35, 36. All right, so 10, 20, 30. Right, because that's not actually a 10. See, I had to renumber my thing. So it's actually 35, 36. 36 and 36 is 72. 72. 72. Some days it's a challenge. You know what else is a challenge? The stinking dust. I can't keep up with the dust here. It's so bad. We're hoping to get a little more grass going and do some things. Okay. How many rows do we think we're going to do? Because I am going to have to write this down so I can do it again. Here we go. You want to hear this? Ooh, that sounded horrendous, but that was just because it was the first row where I was attaching. And so I had, you know, I had the 2 V's of the stitches attached. Now listen here. I'm really hoping that my sound is much improved. Dang it! You know what I forgot? I put the weights on here and I forgot to put weights over here. I'm just gonna do it like that and keep going. Are all of them actually knitting? We think so. That's not looking fabulous, but all right, what is the problem here? Love not being able to see. See, I don't really think there is a problem. I see. So I'm gonna do this. So I have a couple spots that it's not knitting. So I just have to start the knit and then it will continue to knit. And the reason for that is because I think my weights were so poorly attached. So now I'm going to reattach these weights. Let's pray, otherwise I just have to start over again. It's not the worst thing in the world, people, because it's still faster than knitting it by hand. You know, because it's still knitting. We still hand manipulate a ton of stitches. I wish I could flip the camera. I will try to show you. So here's the nice attached place. And then this was that extra spot where I didn't hang my weights right. So I can go back through from the edge and I can re-stitch these with a little fix-it tool. But now it is knitting all of them nicely. So I'm just going to keep going for a while, and then I will attach my other color, flip it over, do it again. Then there'll be a bunch of seaming. And I have a seaming machine. Because what does 2020 tell us? Treat yourself. I'll be back later in the week and post this with an update. Isn't that fun? That's so fun. All right, talk to you guys soon. All right, this is our property, getting some trees shook. See that? Holy smokes. And then all those nuts just fall down. It's some dust. I'm glad Jared's not here. Oh, same tree a bunch of times. Oh, I can feel the vibration. It is absolutely crazy. This is how you pick up pecans. Now we have a bigger item that's coming, but this is how they've done it for years. It's a roller, it picks up pecans. You'll get the occasional rock. You'll pick up the ones in the husks and the ones just in the shells. I don't know if you can see in the bucket. Yeah, that's how you do it. And then you put them on the table and you sort them. This is debris from the other day. And our trees haven't been watered for a year prior to us moving in, so we got a fifth of what we'll get next year. And it's insanity. This is me attempting to take a video of this pecan picking up gadget. Except I think I'm going the wrong direction. So we get some sticks, but it picks up a lot faster than the little round doohickeys. You're talking about $50 for a doohickey versus $500 for this doohickey. So there you go. But look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. All right. So here is the wrap up for this week. I did manage to get the sleeves knit. As you'll notice, half of the sleeve is attached already. All right. I still have to attach the back half and seam here under the arm. Because this is drop shoulder, I've tried it on and this is going to hit about bracelet length and I'm going to like it. The reason I haven't done it yet is because I really messed up on this one more than I realized, in that I didn't start this extra bit correctly. So that is going to be a gargantuan guffaw. So I can't decide if I'm going to take it apart and redo it or try to manually fix it. I'll probably take it apart and redo it. Because honestly, I really kind of like the look of this longer, looser, not looser, flowy maybe is the word I'm looking for, cardigan. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do something around this band. Part of me wants to do a whole ribbing around here in the gray, just because I think it might finish it off a little bit more, because this is not quite wide enough to really comfortably come in, even on my new flat-chested person, because I used to be like this and now I'm not like this mannequin. It would need a lot of blocking to do that. And because I did this split, kind of like one of Libby Johnson's sweater patterns. Which one was that? There's a little tensions there, so I don't want to pull too much on it. You got to think about the architecture of the sweater. So that is where we are for this week, and I hope you enjoy your day off if you're in the United States tomorrow and you happen to have one. I totally forgot that the kid wasn't going to school tomorrow, so Mom's got to come up with a plan really fast. Yep. My next, it's kind of a navy grayish color. I might do a sweater in that. I just want a day of knitting and machine knitting, because we've been at it with making porches and pecans, and it's just craziness. So I hope you have a great week, and we will see you next week. At some point, I'm going to switch to a every 2 week schedule, but not this week.